Greetings and humble salutations. I am Ronald Genty, and today I'll be discussing substance use amongst urban youth from a social work perspective. This issue affects communities across the United States and requires both immediate and long-term responses. Before we dive into solutions, let's first define what substance use is. Substance use refers to the harmful or risky use of drugs or alcohol. For urban youth, this includes illegal drugs, misuse of prescription medications, vaping, and alcohol. From a social work perspective, substance use is not just an individual choice. It is shaped by environmental factors such as trauma, lack of lack of access to resources, and systemic inequality. Now that we have a working definition, we can talk about why this matters. This is widespread. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, nearly 1 in 5 adolescents report using illicit drugs. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that overdose deaths amongst youth have increased in recent years, largely due to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. Additionally, research from the National Institute on Drug Abuse shows that most adults with substance use disorders began using substances before age 18. And if that is the case, we must examine why youth are turning to substance use in the first place. There are many reasons why youth turn to substances. Exposure to violence and trauma can lead young people to use drugs as a coping mechanism. Mental health challenges such as anxiety and depression are also major factors. In addition, peer pressure, family instability, and economic stress can increase the likelihood of substance use. However, the environment we find ourselves in plays a large role in how we develop, so we must dissect further reasons why young people are turning to drugs. Beyond individual reasons, systemic issues play a major role. Poverty, underfunded schools, and limited access to mental health care all increase risk. In many urban communities, drugs are more accessible than support services. This highlights that substance use is not just a personal issue, but a structural one. And if that's not scary enough, more and more illicit substances are entering our communities. Today's youth are facing more dangerous substances. Fentanyl and a highly potent synthetic opioid is now a leading cause of overdose deaths. Vaping has increased nicotine and cannabis use amongst teens, while synthetic drugs like K2 and misuse of prescription medications remain an ongoing concern. With all this considered, I believe it's time that we discuss goals we must focus on to move this needle forward. In short term, goals include reducing overdose deaths, increasing awareness, and providing safe environments for youth. Long-term goals include but truly focus on addressing root causes such as poverty, expanding mental health services, and improving access to education and opportunity. Now that we have the goals outlined, let's add some actions so that we can begin moving towards these goals. Addressing this issue requires multiple levels of support. As social workers, we can provide counseling and outreach. Schools can offer more prevention and early intervention programming. Community organizations must create safe spaces, while governments provide funding and policy support. Families often play a critical role through communication and support for our urban youth. This is an all hands on deck mission. It may not happen overnight, but we must continue the fight. Because systemic change takes time, harm reduction as a key focus is essential. Harm reduction focuses on reducing negative outcomes rather than eliminating drug use in our youth immediately, which remains our ultimate goal. This includes distributing naloxone naloxone to reverse overdoses, providing fentanyl test strips, and offering non-judgmental education and support. According to the World Health Organization, harm reduction strategies are effective in saving lives and improving public health outcomes. In conclusion, substance use amongst urban youth is a complex issue shaped by both individuals and systemic factors. While long-term solutions are necessary, harm reductions provides immediate life-saving support. Addressing this issue requires a compassionate, informed, and community-based approach. I thank you for joining me today, and here I have my references for all of those data points that I stated in this presentation. Thank you for your time.